Good morning, Pastor Ron. How you doing, brother? How you doing? You've been making moves. I've been seeing you. I said, God, look at Pastor Ron showing out with the creativity, showing out with the programs. I said, look at Pastor Ron. I am so proud of you, brother. God morning, great morning. I'm so proud of you, Pastor Ron. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. I'm doing good, Pastor Ron. I'm doing good. It's a good day. It's a sunny day already. It's going to be a really good day. It's going to be a great weekend. I need some of y'all to literally receive it. The week was what it was, but since yesterday, there's just been a joy in my spirit. There's just been a hope renewed in my belly. If I can just be honest, as you guys can see, I'm doing my walk. I'm a little bit later than usual on doing it because I woke up and decided I'm going to clean my house a little bit this morning. And so that's what I've been doing. Our declaration on this morning is stay on track. Hey, Sabrina. Our declaration on this morning is stay on track. I need those of y'all that are catching this to type that in. As I was praying this morning, as I was cleaning and just talking to God, I literally heard God utter these three words. He said, stay on track. I do not know who needs to hear this, but stay on track. In seasons where there's a lot of movement, in seasons where we're seeing progress, I think the greatest temptation in those moments, or the greatest weapon that the enemy tries to form, is to get us over into a place where we feel like we can just do whatever, where we feel like we can just slack off a little bit, where we feel like, we can start making excuses to slow the pace. I'm going to say that again. In seasons where there's movement, in seasons where God is shifting things, in seasons where there's a momentum, a drive, and a focus, right? The greatest temptation and the greatest weapon, one of them rather, that the enemy can form is to get you into a place where you slow down. Somebody say, don't slow down. I'm going to say it again. In seasons where there's movement, whether it's spiritual movement, physical movement, in seasons where there's a momentum, there's a drive, like meaning you're doing exactly what you need to do to move forward, to push ahead. The greatest temptation and the greatest tactic of the enemy in those seasons is to get you into a place where you don't do what's required of you. Because here's the thing. Every single blessing that God has to give us, one of the prerequisites is us doing our part. Yeah. One of the prerequisites is us doing our part. And if the devil can stop you or hinder you from doing your part, he can delay that blessing. He can delay that come up. He can delay you from getting your miracle. I'm going to say that again. If the devil, blessings to you, Caroline, if the devil can get you into a place, right, where you're not doing your part, right, he can delay your blessing. He can delay the progress. He can delay the things that this season or any season has in store for you. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but God says to tell you, stay on track. Some of y'all in this season, you have health goals, meaning you told God that you were going to start taking, better care of yourself physically. This is for somebody. Yeah, you may have days where you don't feel like getting up and working out, where you might not feel like eating that healthy meal. But in this hour, the results that you desire to see revolve around you doing your part. Yeah, give me a one if you get what I'm saying. Your results, right? They're dependent on whether or not you do your part. For some of you guys, God has given you, come on. For some of y'all, God has given you a vision for business, right? For ministry. And you may get to a point where we can be real. In seasons where God is moving things, in seasons where things have gained a momentum, it's real easy to get into a mindset of feeling like you are too tired. It's real easy to say, well, I'm going to just slack. I don't have to do X, Y, and Z. It's real easy to start getting a little bit lazy and not go as hard as you know God wants you to be. But again, he wants me to tell you that the results that this season can bring you, it revolves around you showing up and doing your part. Some of you guys, God has given you a promise, whether it's living arrangements, right? Whether it is a vehicle, whether it's relocation in itself. And with this promise, in this season, God has given you the strategy. He's shown you exactly what your part entails, right? But if the devil can get you into a place where you stop applying the strategy that God gave you, come on, you won't see that blessing in that area. You won't receive that breakthrough that you've been waiting for, right? For some of you guys in this season, God has been dealing with you about finances. Yeah, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say it again. For some of y'all, God has been dealing with you about finances. Maybe it's him showing you a different way to steward what you already have. Maybe he's, been real adamant on you sowing a certain way. Maybe he's been real adamant on you making sure that you're consistent in tithing. Baby, in this season, don't let the devil tempt you out of position. Yeah. Don't let the devil tempt you out of position. Because in this season, the results that you see are dependent. They're dependent on you doing your part. This is a reminder for some of y'all to take full advantage of this day. This is a reminder for some of y'all that maybe pride has started to enter back in, right? Maybe old cycles have started to resurface, right? Maybe you're finding yourself making more and more excuses not to tithe, not to sow, not to do whatever it is that you know God needs you to do. Let today, this word, this broadcast, be a reminder. Come on. Man. You just need me to say, let today be a reminder to do your part. Yeah. And I'm going to say what Miss Willett just said. And I said what I said. And I'm standing 10 toes down on that. I was having a moment today, right? When I got up, I, of course, had my morning coffee, cleaned my house some, and I was contemplating on whether or not I was going to go walking today. I'm like, God, I've had a long week. I'm tired. I'm just giving y'all an example. I'm like, God, I've had a long week. I'm a little bit tired today. I got a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, this was me. I got a lot of stuff that I need to get done. I need to work today. I need to work on. I have a lot of stuff to do today. And you want to know what God told me? He told me, stay on track. Stay on track. Everyone listening to me, when you enter into this season, and you can quote me on record saying this season that we are in as believers is going to be one of the most blessed seasons that any of us have ever seen. Yeah. I'm going to say that again. This season that we have entered into, that we've been in, is one of the most blessed seasons that any of us have ever seen. It's one of the most prolific seasons that any of us have ever seen. It's one of those seasons where the progress that many of us will see, as long as we continue to do our part, it's going to be the most progress that not just us, but the world has ever seen. Right? Some of y'all, God has dealt with you about organizing your home, going through, your house, organizing stuff, getting rid of the old. And I'm going to be real. This morning, when God uttered those 3 words to me, God said some of my children have started to slack. Yeah. They've started to slack. They've started to make excuses. And it seems real innocent at first until you look up and see that because you've been making excuses, because you've been being lazy, it's the end of the year and you ain't seen God do what he said he was going to do. Uh-oh. I'm going to say it again. It seems real, minor to take a day off. And there are some days where God does want you to rest. It seems real minor. Seems like not like it's insignificant to start putting off things, right? Based off of your emotions, how you feel, until you look up and it's December 31st, 2022, and you ain't seen God do what you were believing him to do. I'm going to say this again. I said it earlier. But the results that you see in this season, it depends on you doing your part. It depends on you doing your part. No matter how you feel, come on. No matter what. Because if you don't do your part and give God something to work with, there is nothing that he can do. Yeah. If you don't do your part in giving God something to work with, there is nothing that he can do. Because he is not going to bless a mess. He ain't going to bless you if you ain't did your part. Yeah, I said what I said. There's certain things that he cannot do unless we've done our part. Take this word however you need to take it. Yeah. Take this word however you need to take it and do whatever it is that you need to do today. Whether healthy eating has been your thing in this season, that may mean you go into the grocery store, getting you some food and actually cooking. Whether it's been organizing, that may mean you clearing your schedule and saying, God, I'm going to get this done. Whether it's a business idea, come on somebody, that may mean you saying, okay, God, I'm not going to make excuses for it today. I'm going to do exactly what it is that you need me to do. But whatever you do in this season, don't stop moving. I need y'all to type that in. Whatever you do in this season, don't stop moving. I had a week where, if I can be real, it was so much happening the beginning of this year. Yeah. It was so much happening the beginning of this year. I'll go back the other way. The beginning of this week, it was so much happening. From the issue with my dog to a sinus infection coming. So it's literally like this was a week where the devil really tried to stop my momentum. He really tried to stop me from being and doing what I needed to do my part. He slowed me down a little bit. But even when I was sick, you know what I was doing? I was still moving. I was moving at a slower pace, but I was still moving. The point that I'm making is that when you're doing exactly what God needs you to do, the devil is going to attack you. I'm going to say that again. When you're doing exactly what God needs you to do, when you are like on target, you're doing your part with everything that you got. You're not being lazy about it. You ain't making excuses not to do it. Please understand, the devil's job is to attack those of us that are on the right path. So even in the event that you say, Apostle, the devil been attacking me some, his attacks don't mean stop. I did a broadcast about this on TikTok earlier this week. That opposition it's not supposed to be treated like a red light. Yeah. So even in the face of that opposition, even in the face of those attacks, you got to keep moving, even if it's at a slower pace. But whatever you do in this season, stay on track and don't stop moving. Yeah. Stay on track and don't stop moving. And that is the word on this morning, y'all. That is the word on this morning. So if you can receive this, can you tell God thank you? If you can receive this, can you simply tell God thank you? I need those of you guys that are here, whether you are live on the replay, to do me a favor and hit that like button. I just need you to, it takes a second for you to hit that thumbs up button. The more times y'all hit that thumbs up button, that is how the algorithm on YouTube works. It'll share this message to more people, more and more people. Listen, there are 7 of y'all that need to sow. I don't know why God gave me that number. Some of y'all right now, you might want to tune out. You might feel tempted, oh, I don't want to sow. This is a good word, but I don't want to sow. There are 7 people right here that need to sow a $17 seed. I don't know why that number, but there are 7 people that need to sow a $17 seed. I do not know who you are, and honestly, we're beyond the stages of people having to be called out to sow. So if you know that that person is you, the links to sow, the ways to sow, they are there. You can sow via PayPal. You can sow via CashApp. Can somebody type that seed number in? The seed number that I heard was 17. To those of you guys that need prayer for anything, the email is there. If you have not purchased your Trust God apparel, your Trust God gear, the website is there. If you need to book a session, the website is there. To those of y'all that have not tithed, even if it's not to this ministry, go tithe. I don't know why God want me to say that. Go tithe. That should have been the first thing off top that you did, is tithe. But that is it. The funds that are being sown today are going to be used towards getting my dog's nails clipped, which is $40 for all 3, and everything else is going to go towards groceries. So that is where the money that you guys are sowing is going to go towards. And so listen, I love y'all. I am rooting for you guys. And so until next time, y'all, peace.